Hi, and welcome to Morning Afterglow. Well, last Sunday morning we did the Lord's Supper, and I always look forward to the Lord's Supper. 6 times a year we celebrate the cross of Jesus Christ. That's what the Lord's Supper is all about. And wherever I am in the Bible, in terms of my preaching, I stop and I try to preach on the cross. We celebrate the cross with our entire worship service. Last Sunday morning I tried to preach from 1 Peter 2:21. That passage is couched in a section that talks about Christians suffering. They're suffering because they're Christian. People are persecuting us, and it talks about that. And the problems we go through because we're believers. But in the midst of that, Peter writes that we should, when we're tried and troubled and we're suffering for our faith, we should look to Christ as our example. And he describes how Jesus didn't get angry. He didn't mouth bad words to his persecutors. He took it because he was suffering for our salvation. And there's a line in verse 21 that I captured and tried to preach on relative to Christ's death on the cross. And the expression is, Christ also suffered for you. And I think that's a gripping statement. Jesus' death is very, very important. But before he died, he suffered. He suffered greatly. His suffering is far greater than we can ever imagine, both not just in his physical suffering, certainly that, but also in his spiritual suffering, in becoming a sin sacrifice for every child of God. And what a great suffering it was, but because he was suffering redemptively. He was suffering to save us. And in particular, he was suffering for every Christian, every believer, for all time. And that's the you that Peter uses there in that sentence. Christ also suffered for you, child of God, for you, Christian, for you who believe in Jesus. He suffered for you. There is such an encouragement in that. When you go through your trials and tribulations, think about what Jesus suffered for you. That will encourage you to know that Jesus loves you that much, and he was willing to go through that for you because he was willing to do that to save you. And you are saved, and you're saved through Jesus, and you're saved through his suffering and death for you. And may that be an encouragement and a motivation and a strengthening issue in your life. I don't know what you're going through today, but I pray that you and I today and together throughout the week and the weeks to come will indeed think about this. If you want to hear the whole sermon, you can go to the church website, fbcfenton.net, and there at the sermon site you can get the information and access the sermon. It's been great to be together with you. God bless you. We'll see you next time on Morning Afterglow.